Welcome back to the podcast. I am your host, Corinthia Williams, and this is Soulful Sundays. Hey Queens, hey, and listen, I am a advocate for reality TV. And I know some of y'all like, girl, that is not real. That is not reality. And I get it. But sometimes reality sneaks through, right? Sometimes reality sneaks through and you really see a person in these stories that they portray on TV. And so one reality show that I like to watch is called Love and Marriage Huntsville. And they just wrapped up their second part of their reunion. And so there's a couple on here that are the Scotts. And this is Tisha and Marcel Scott. They're two Scotts, right? They're brothers. But this particular couple is Tisha and Marcel. And they're married, right? And so I've been watching this show from the beginning, okay? And there were the core group, which were 3 married couples, I believe. And one of those couples got a divorce, okay? And we saw it play out through the show. But that one particular couple that got the divorce, the wife was a powerhouse. Can we be honest? The wife was a powerhouse. All 3 couples, when this show began, were in real estate. And they were in Huntsville, I believe it's Alabama. And they were planning to build affordable housing for their community. It didn't happen yet, but not that I know of. But anyway, the main couple, she was a powerhouse. She was help running the business. She was doing women empowerment things. She had her own business going on. She was a powerhouse, a mom, a wife. But unfortunately, she had a husband that cheated. And like I said, their marriage played out on the show, the divorce, the kids. It was really rocky. It was really hard to watch because myself, I went through a divorce, okay? And there were some infidelities in my first marriage. And so, not that I could relate so much, but I know what that looks like, right? And so, make a long story short, she was the go-getter for the ladies. She was the go-getter for the ladies. And this particular couple that I'm talking about today, the wife, Tisha, she was the stay-at-home mom. That was what she did. She did have a college degree, but she was the stay-at-home mom that took care of the kids. And the husband was the builder. They had, I believe their company was called Scope, and they had the builder's license, and they built homes. And the other couple, which was his brother and his wife, the wife was a nurse. And so the other 2 ladies worked outside the house. She had the one that was a nurse, she had an older son, and the husband had a younger son, but their children were with different people. They didn't have any kids together. And he was in real estate too at that time. And she, like I said, worked outside the home as a nurse. And so those 2 ladies worked outside the house, but Tisha, she was inside the house. She worked as the mom. And that's a humongous, as we know, responsibility for those who are moms, right? That's a job within itself. I was a stay-at-home mom a part of my life, and I also ran a daycare inside my home. I wore many hats. I understand that's a lot, but Tisha wanted more. And throughout the show, you could tell Tisha wanted more. Tisha didn't just want to be labeled the stay-at-home wife. Tisha didn't want to be labeled the mom. She actually marveled at Mel. That was her. That's what they called the go-getter, the one that went through the divorce, Mel. And I know I'm breaking this down to get to a point, I promise you. And if you watch the show, let me know in the comments if you watch this show. And if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, right? And so she marveled at Mel. because like I said, Mel was that go-getter. She was hitting the ground. She was teaching real estate. She was teaching empowering women to the point of she was going to Mel for advice because she wanted to get into becoming a realtor. She had a realtor's license and she wanted to get out there and like, how do you do it all? You know, and I really truly think she was looking for mentorship. But there was a little piece of envy in there and a little animosity towards her husband, who she agreed to now, had her in this space of, you stay at home and I go make the donuts. Right? I go do the hard work. I get outside this house and I make sure the family is great. So moving forward, the divorce happened from the powerhouse and her husband. Stuff hits the fan. Everybody's watching this play through. There's a little slyness, little anger between the ladies. She's talking about her husband cheating, their husband cheating, boom, boom, boom. It's a mess. It's a mess on the show. Tisha, she's starting to do real estate, so-called starting to do real estate, trying to get outside the house. She started a t-shirt business. She started to do these things, but nothing goes through as she plans, right? She wants more. She desires more. She calls it finding herself. She calls it wanting more. She wants to be a part of the business now. She wants to be a part of the building now. She wants more responsibility in the business. And you can tell throughout the seasons that she is trying to hit the ground running and it's just not paving through. In the meantime, Mel and her husband are going through this divorce breakup, and ultimately Mel leaves the show because there's so much tension between her and the husband, the side chick, and also the ladies. For some reason, they don't like Mel anymore. For some reason, Mel isn't there. Mel isn't nice anymore. She's just this and this. Hello, this woman has gotten a divorce. This woman, her husband has been cheating, and kind of, sort of, the husband saying he's been cheating with the other husbands, but that's neither here nor there. But we're talking about Tisha and Marcel. Well, we're mostly talking about Tisha, because Tisha is the woman that a lot of us are. The woman who accepted a certain particular life, right? And we were content with that life. If it's a stay-at-home wife, if it's a certain type of job or position, and, you know, as life progresses, you get older, life changes, you start to see other people, other women moving in different directions. And you feel as though things aren't moving for you. You feel as though your life is sitting stagnant. You feel as though you haven't made a big enough impact, and you feel complacent. And so that feeling about yourself start turning into a little guilt, right? That feeling about yourself start turning outward into anger, bitterness. That feeling towards yourself start going outward and feeling envious. Come on. We just being transparent here. Y'all know me. I am this woman that is transparent and that want to tell my story in order to bless somebody else, because, baby, we all go through something, right? And I want you to realize that this is a safe space, a space where it is sacred. This is Soulful Sundays podcast, and this is a safe space, and we can be transparent here, okay? And sometimes we go through life and we look back on life and like, I didn't do enough. I'm at this big age And it feels like I didn't do enough. Because we see other people doing more in our eyes, right? We see the next woman going ahead of us in our eyes. You know, this is our own personal perspectives. We feel like we've been sitting on the sidelines and we didn't get tagged in. We cheered everybody else on, and it feels like everybody is moving and progressing further than we thought. We thought somebody was going to call us up next, and we didn't get called upon. We figured that once we finished this job, this completion, that somebody else was going to bring us up. But they didn't. We see other people shaking and moving and doing the things that we only thought or imagined for ourselves. But we never got to that place. So all those emotions come out in our responses. The way we treat people, the way we speak to ourselves, and the way we see ourselves in the mirror, and the way we might even treat our spouses and significant others. Clock it. If I'm stepping on your toes, you can tell me in the comments. I won't be mad. Just don't be mad at me. Okay. But truly, we get in a place of comparison. And that's what Tisha did. And you can see it play out. I think we're on season 6 or 5, maybe even 7. I'm not sure. But you saw it play out season after season, even after Mel left. Let me tell you. She thought she would be next up. Mind you, Mel was executive producer of the show. She walked away from everything. And I do follow Mel on social media, and she's doing big things on TikTok. She created like this shea butter collection and fragrances, and she do big numbers on TikTok. Y'all know how they go on TikTok live and sell their products. She do big numbers. And on the show, Tisha, I believe that, and many of us that talk about this on social media believe that Tisha thought she was going to be next up. That this was going to be the Tisha and My Soul's show. But it didn't pan out the way she thought. And instead of her getting the accolades, instead of her getting the respect that she thought she was going to receive, because now she's the Scots. She's one of the founders of the show. And she's in her rightful position. She's now taking the throne. They were calling her slow, stupid. She don't know how to make a decision. She's everywhere. Her husband's cheating on her, and she just sit by. She's blind. She's blind and can't see that her husband cheating on her. He don't like her. She was getting all this negative comments online, telling her that she don't know how to make a decision. She wasn't getting the high accolades that Mel was getting. And that tore her apart. So she became the mean girl on the show. She became the girl that picked with every woman on the show, except her sister-in-law, okay? Them two teamed up because supposedly on the show, supposedly they keep saying them two are just, the husbands are cheating on them. That's supposedly, I don't have evidence of that. That is what they're saying in the streets. I have no clue, right? So them two team up, they're sisters, and they love each other, whatever. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know these people. I have no clue. I do not know these people. But now she becomes the mean girl on the show. Now she's picking fights with people that truly are on her side, but she can't see it because now she's making and pulling things out the air that makes no sense. And now she's tearing up true relationships with other women. And she's pushing everybody away. All because she don't know who she is. And she don't understand the value that she has. So let's go back to that stay-at-home wife. I believe they have 4 kids or maybe 3. They really don't show the kids that often. But one of the sons are going to college. The oldest girl is in high school, and I think the youngest are in middle school. And everybody tells her how great of a mom she is and how great of a wife and a housekeeper she is. In the church world, she's that Proverbs 31 wife, right? But she doesn't recognize that for herself. She thinks that is belittled. She thinks that's below her. She don't see the value in what she does. See, sometimes when we are good at something and we are in our lane, we don't see the value in it because it comes natural to us. Come on. We don't see that it is any value in what we do because we do it so good. We do it effortlessly, right? It don't take us much effort to do what we are destined to do because God anointed us for it. And so it looks easy to us, but some people are like, yo, how do you do it all? You take the kids to school, you prepare them, you do homework, you do extracurricular activities. I don't have the patience, and I only got one. You know, people are looking at her as the role model for being a stay-at-home mom. But she don't even see it because she's so used to seeing someone else be this boss. But you don't know the pain that she had to go through and what she had to do to be that boss. She's going through a divorce at that time. She went through a divorce. She did not even have her husband there with her. But you got yours. You had a happy home. You had a happy home. You had a husband that was willing to go out and slave, willing to go out and do the hard work while you can stay at home and take care of house and home. So your kids can come home to a hot meal and you'll be there for them and see them through it and make sure they were good. But you didn't see that. You didn't see the value in that. But you said yes at first. That was the agreement, y'all. That was the agreement they had. So what am I saying to us, right? Sometimes we don't see the value in the very thing that you are anointed to do. And it's because you are anointed to do it. And you do it so well that you don't even realize that what you do is valuable. What you do, that you do so well, it is needed. What you do in your lane, it is needed here on earth. Only you can do it so effortlessly. Your children need you. Your spouse needs you. Your community needs you. Your parents need you. That job needs you. Don't think that what you are doing is being overlooked. Don't think that what you have done isn't good enough. Stop looking at outside sources trying to pair yourself up to. Because guess what? We don't understand what they have to go through. I don't want to know. That's not my lane. Just because we're now at a certain age, right? Just because we're now at a place where we can look back over our lives and say, dang, what did I do? Baby, you did a lot. You've overcame. You saw it through. You made it happen. Come on. You made it work. You accomplished. You did a lot. You did a lot in such a little bit of time. Think about it. Life speeds by us so fast. But baby, I'm here to tell you that you have made an impact. I don't know what season you are in life, but trust and believe that you matter and what you have done matters. Stop comparing yourself. Stop denying yourself. Believe that you matter. And if Tisha Scott ever look at this video, baby girl, you matter. Stop comparing yourself to anyone else. Know that your life matters and you have an impact and you've impacted so many. Be proud of yourself, queens. Understand that you paved the way. And you don't have to stop. Find another passion. Find something else to do. That's all. If your time as a stay-at-home mom is up, all the kids are out the house, I'm almost at that stage. I'll never stop being a mother, but raising kids, my time is almost up. My youngest will be 22 this month. He's in college. He's still at home, but he's in college. He'll be out the house soon. I tell y'all this all the time. I'm at a different phase in life, baby. And I'm okay with that. And I'm not comparing myself to anyone. I'm not looking back thinking I missed out on anything because I made an impact. Each and every day, my children remind me that I made an impact. Just through conversations, just through how they maneuver life now. I see things that I taught them. I see things that I sold into them. I see the way that I raised them in their daily decisions. And I am blessed. And so are you. So queens, just know you made an impact. And it is so amazing. And I am so proud of you. And those that you impacted are so grateful for what you've sown and done for them. Okay, queens, we are back, and we are back for our weekly crowns. You know what time it is. So pull out those journals, our Soulful Sunday journals. And if you don't have your journal yet, you can click the link in the comments and go ahead and order yours right off of Amazon. They are on Amazon. Go ahead and get yours today. And if not, just pull out your journal and let's jot down our 3 weekly crowns. And our 3 weekly crowns consist of a scripture, a wellness activity, and our affirmation, okay? And so, also, I want you to join our Queens Tribe community on Facebook. It's totally free, and that's why we do daily motivation, encouragement. We talk in the comments, and it's a place where we could just take our shoes off and get comfortable, and the conversations continue. So we're going to start with some deep breaths in and out, just to calm our nervous system before we begin, okay? So close your eyes, okay? Get in a comfortable position. Open your palms, your hands. And we're going to do 3 deep breaths through our nostril and out slowly through our mouths, okay? So let's go. Deep breath in. Hold and out. Once again, deep breath in. Hold and out. Last time, deep breath in. Hold one last time. And breathe out nice and slow. And you can pause this podcast and just sit in silence. When you're ready, just slowly open your eyes. And let's begin. Okay, as usual, we're going to start with our affirmation. Okay? So I pulled my 3 cards today. If you're part of the Queens Tribe, we used to do our live Soulful Sundays, and I always pulled 3 cards. So I did a little different, every now and then I switch it up. So I pulled my 3 cards, okay? And our affirmation is, you got your pen? All right, so come on. I am happy. I take control of my happiness. When my happiness depends on other actions, I am at the mercies of things I cannot control. Instead, I choose to cultivate consistent happiness by focusing on the things I love about myself. I am happy. Be happy, queen. Because happiness brings joy. Happiness flows out into others, into situations, and it makes us feel better mentally, physically, and definitely spiritually. Okay? That's our affirmation for the week. And our scripture of the week comes from 1 Corinthians 16:14. And it reads, "Let all that you do be done in love." Okay? Let me say that again. Let all that you do be done in love. I don't care if you're a stay-at-home mother, grandmother. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. Whatever you're doing in this season of life, let it be done in love. Because once again, just like happiness, when we're doing things in love and not envious, not anger, not strife, it boosts us mentally, physically, and spiritually, but also pours out onto others. And lastly, our crown for our wellness activity. This week, this is a special one. I want you to listen to music for 5 minutes without doing anything. I truly believe music can calm the soul, right? So we put so much into our ear gates, right? We put so much into our soul and our spirit just by hearing it from social media, TV, newscasts, and definitely music, right? And you know firsthand, whatever you listen to, it can change your mood. And so I got something special for you guys. So I am creating an album and it's called Her Soulful Stories. And it's going to be a virtual album where you can download it or what have you. And it's going to be music specifically for us. Music that is uplifting, music that is curing our souls. And so at the end of this podcast, I'm going to have the theme song for Soulful Sundays on there. And so I want you to take some time this week and listen to that song. You can do it every day. You can listen to that song every day, okay? Because I think that it is a wonderful song and it speaks volumes to all of us. If you are an avid listener, if you are just listening for the first time, hey Queen, hey, thank you for listening and tuning in. But I really think this will bless your heart. And like I said, it's a virtual album. So if you want to see it, you can go over to my YouTube channel and you can watch it, okay? And so y'all be blessed. And I hope that this song called Soulful Sunday blesses you as well. So y'all be blessed. And we will meet again for next week's episode. And remember to adjust your crown daily. Peace.
Sunday morning you rise, cream on your skin, gold in your eyes. No rush, no proving, no race, just grace on your shoulders, grace in your face. You held so much for so long, now the mirror sings your song. Every scar, every line says, baby, you are still divine. Self-love isn't selfish, it's necessary, baby. Self-love isn't selfish. Let it hold you, lady. Soulful Sundays come alive. You deserve to thrive. Self-love isn't selfish, it's necessary, baby. pour and to give, still finding new ways to live. Not just surviving the years. You are joy, you are tears, you are cheers. Put your hand on your heart, that's where the healing starts. Oh, so soft and strong, girl, you knew it all. Self-love isn't selfish, it's necessary, baby, baby, baby. Self-love isn't selfish. Let it hold you, lady. Soulful Sundays, come alive. You deserve to thrive. Self-love isn't selfish. It's necessary, baby. Take back your flame. Take the space that you own. You were never alone, never alone. Let the world catch on. You've been worthy all along. Worthy all along. Self-love isn't selfish. Self-love isn't selfish. Necessary, baby, baby. Self-love isn't selfish. Self-love, self-love. Let it hold you, lady. Soulful Sundays, come alive. You deserve to thrive. Self-love isn't selfish. It's necessary, baby.